Hello there folks, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and I am your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. Now today, when it comes to dressing up well, many people have questions about when is the right time to wear certain things which are traditionally seen within the formal wear world. And I have a question from a viewer and a very esteemed patron called Pete. Now Pete has asked, my question is about dinner jackets. Currently, my tuxedo is a black three-piece ensemble. I am considering purchasing an off-white or cream tuxedo to mix things up a little. Is there any etiquette surrounding when one should wear the white jacket versus the black jacket, such in the summer, day events, less formal events, and so on? Great question, Pete. And I guess it's a question which many of us may have in the back of our minds because we see people wearing not white but off-white, cream, whatever coloured tuxedos increasingly these days. And you wonder to yourself, is this something that I should wear to an evening dress event? Or is it just somebody being a little bit more avant-garde in the way that they dress? Well, first of all, let's talk about the tuxedo or the dinner jacket. Here in the UK, we tend to refer to the type of clothing I'm wearing now as evening wear or dinner jacket, DJ. I know in the new world, people tend to refer to it as tuxedo wear, but either means exactly the same thing. And it is fair to say that in the realms of formal attire, wearing a dinner jacket is the thing which sort of grips the imagination of the intentionally well-dressed man. It is the highest echelons of attire which most of us in our lives ever get to wear. There's a very good reason why James Bond, every James Bond who has ever played the role, has always been depicted wearing a dinner jacket in the publicity shots for the movies. Because I just think it makes a man look timelessly elegant, regardless of what era he is from. The dinner jacket remains constant as the standard which men set themselves to when they go out formally in situations where they wish to look their best. In fact, I got married in a dinner jacket some 17 years ago. I've still got it in the wardrobe, and you know, it's something which never goes out of fashion. And it's something which makes men always look their best. I was in London just the other day. I was attending a polo event, and whilst it was late afternoon, we were travelling on the London Underground, the tube, there were a gaggle of chaps standing there, all wearing dinner jackets. I presume they were going into the city for an evening out. And you know, even when you don't expect to see people dressed formally, you see a group of chaps standing well dressed and you think, do you know what? That just looks so incredibly smart and incredibly elegant. So, what are the rules? When should you wear a black dinner jacket? Well, basically, there's a number of situations and they're all going to be at the higher end of formality. Whether it's something like, you know, a gala dinner, you would typically wear a dinner jacket. First evening of a new play in a nice theatre, maybe evening attire required. Weddings, for sure. Charity balls, lots of events of that nature that tend to happen, as the name suggests, dinner time in the evening. It's often called evening wear. So we would typically wear darker clothing in the evening. However, what the list I've just given, charity balls, functions of that nature, civic events, it's not exhaustive. The one thing you need to be conscious of is the invitation, right? When you get invited to an event, if they want you to wear evening wear, it is normally going to be very obvious on the invitation. Often it's down in the bottom right-hand side or sometimes on the bottom left-hand side of an invitation, and it will say evening wear or dinner jacket for men, cocktail dresses for ladies. If you're in the new world, they might say tuxedo attire, but it will normally be indicated. And the dinner jacket, as we all know, is at least a two-piece outfit, predominantly made from black material, might well be midnight blue. That's become very trendy since the Duke of Windsor wore midnight blue as his dinner jacket, because midnight blue tends to look more black under certain lighting. So, you know, but keep it within certainly the black or the midnight blue realms. do not be straying into the avant-garde side of the house and having your jacket made of bizarre colours and things like that. Because remember, dinner jacket or evening wear, it's a uniform, and it is a uniform of elegance. You always wear a black bow tie unless there's a reason why you're not wearing a black bow tie, such as it is an event of a private members club or a military group for whom they have their own bow tie. But otherwise, always black. Gentlemen, a little bit of advice I give you, please do not be the guy wearing the novelty bow tie with your evening attire. It kills the look stone dead. The whole idea is that it is simple and it is elegant. And in fact, I'm stretching the boundaries right now because the jacket I'm wearing is made of velvet and it's got a slight imprinted pattern on it. But I still wear it with my evening wear trousers because it just, for me, gives a little element of frisson, of, I don't know, avant-garde to my attire. So, what do you wear with it? Well, typically, it's going to be patent leather shoes and a white dress shirt of some kind, be that a Marcella shirt. This is a frilled shirt I'm wearing by Ede and Ravenscroft, the Savile Row tailors, royal warrant holders, but it doesn't matter. It could be an embroidered shirt, even just a plain white shirt. It's all about the simplicity. That is the idea of black tie. You are wearing the uniform of elegance to an event. This is not about you showing off your charisma and your personality by mixing and matching strange colours, strange bow ties and things like that. Keep it simple. It's the uniform of elegance when it comes to the black tie. Now, the question has been asked, when can you substitute a ivory or off-white tuxedo instead of your black jacket? Okay, so to answer your question, I've slipped into my own white dinner jacket. And the truth is, whilst it's less common, I think the white dinner jacket is becoming more popular in the modern world as people seek to perhaps stray away from the traditional and the mundane in their mind, and they try to make more of a fashion statement. And I think more fashion-forward chaps are seeing the difference in colour from black, traditional, white, perhaps they see it as a little bit more modernist. So you will see it increasingly happening. However, remember, it's not really a white dinner jacket. It is off-white, be that ivory, cream, ecru, whatever you want to call it. We only call it white for the sake of, it falls into the white category. And something you need to be very, very conscious of when you're wearing a jacket of this nature, remember, when you go to formal venues, the staff, be it the waiters, the servers, they tend to wear off-white garments. It has traditionally been the jacket worn by staff, all right? So when you're deciding to wear your jacket, be conscious of where you're going. If it's an old money, fancy hotel, the likelihood is the staff will be wearing off-white dinner jackets or uniforms, livery of some kind. So be conscious of the fact that you are likely to be asked for another glass of champagne many, many times during the evening. So choose your attire carefully. So the situations that will merit the wearing of a white dinner jacket are probably the ones which you're already picturing in your mind. That's going to be daytime events in tropical climates, or at least very warm climates. So in my country here in the UK, it's going to be the height of summer. It's going to be daytime events, and often those events will be held outdoors. So maybe a wedding in the outdoors in the middle of summer can be one of the few occasions I would wear this jacket in the United Kingdom. As you can imagine, there's probably some old rule out there which says you should only wear a white jacket, below the 37th parallel of the globe at certain times of year. But the truth is the climate's changing in the world. So situations dictate you may wear it, in far more common situations than used to be in the past. But absolutely, daytime events, hot climates, also maybe destination events. So maybe we're talking about a cruise ship. You might be on a cruise ship, people dress for dinner, it's going to be warm climates. In fact, I think in this day and age, the majority of white dinner jackets only ever see an outing when they're on a cruise ship. So that's the perfect situation. Another event, well, it's going to be less formal events, where perhaps the wearer of the garment wants to set themselves apart, and it's not going to put anybody else's nose out of joint. You know, it's not a wedding. Maybe, you know, it could be a charity event or something of that nature. But quite simple. Keep it simple. Now, if you're unsure, the thing to do is to ask the host. I would always recommend this. If you're thinking about straying outside the boundaries of the invitation, if it says black tie, and you're thinking, do you know what, this is the ideal situation for me to wear my ivory dinner jacket, it's the only time I can think I'm ever going to wear it, ask the host. The last thing you want to do is turn up and look ridiculous because you are the only person who's decided to stray from the regulations, all right? And as I say, you don't want to be looking like the Major D all night, all right? So please, if you're not sure, ask. Do not take all the emphasis away from the groom if you're going to a wedding and he's going to be wearing a white dinner jacket and everybody else is expected to wear black. But the only way you'll find that out is to ask. So, in conclusion, really simple. Black dinner jackets, cooler climates, evening events, which tend to be rather formal. Off-white dinner jackets tend to be daytime events. They tend to be less formal, but they tend to be in tropical or at least highly warm temperate climates. Keep it simple like that, and you're probably somewhere near where you should be wearing each jacket. However, for the bold gentleman, and James Bond has done this, you know, in recent films he was seen sporting an ivory dinner jacket by Tom Ford, but for the bold gentleman, it can be something which really does set you apart and demonstrate your command of style to those around you. So choose well, choose your preference perfectly, and you are going to look very, very dapper. Now, I hope you've enjoyed today's video and the question that I've answered. If you have, thumbs up, subscribe to see more, drop me a comment, drop me a question, send me an email. Support the channel by buying me a coffee or even becoming a patron, because I make extra video content for my patrons and it's my pleasure to have that personal dialogue with all the guys who support the channel personally. So until the next time, look dapper, whatever the climate, whatever the event, and I will see you again very soon.